44 minutes from where we stand lies a breathtaking town situated in Columbiana County named East Liverpool, known for being the pottery capital of the world. Sitting on the banks of the Ohio River that bind Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, this town holds quite a few gems within it. Although this town contains quite a few scenic parks and camping areas, their most well-known happens to be a little place called Beaver Creek State Park, a serene little campground that certainly contains more than initially meets the eye. With a decent population of almost 10,000 people as of the 2020 census, you would think that nothing haunted could possibly occur with that many witnesses, but alas, the dense forest inside of Beaver Creek tells quite the tale.
At first glance, Beaver Creek State Park, located in northeast Ohio, appears as a beautiful piece of nature, a place for the soul. A campground with beautiful rivers and dense groups of trees sounds like the perfect retreat, right? Unfortunately for the campground's visitors, however, there lies a harmless-seeming loch within the vicinity known for being haunted by a little girl by the name of Gretchen. The supposedly haunted canal loch is over 200 years old. Her father, Edward H. Gill, an experienced engineer, oversaw the construction of the canal. Based on local legend, Gretchen's mother passed away on their journey overseas from Europe, leaving Gretchen and her father to their own devices. As her grieving father builds the canal, everything seems to be going smoothly, until Gretchen seems to contract malaria, most likely from a mosquito lurking nearby.
Her intense malaria resulted in her passing, sending a whole new level of grief over her now completely alone father. Her father buried her body in one of the canal locks until later deciding to relocate to Europe, bringing his deceased daughter along to be reburied at a different location. And thus, her body is loaded onto a ship to be transported, which turned out to be a grave mistake. During their voyage, the ship experienced a nasty storm and, despite their best efforts, the ship ended up wrecking tragically, resulting in the loss of many lives, including the life of Edward Gill. Many other believers of this legend say that Gretchen haunts the loch where she was initially buried around 200 years ago to this very day.
A post on the popular website Reddit was put out 8 years ago on a now deleted account under the r/creepy tag. There isn't much to this post, the only thing on it being a picture of a rundown, apparently abandoned house next to a road. A total of 28 people responded to the photo, with multiple of them saying that the place feels familiar. An account that goes by the name of That Snow Cone Guy responded by saying, "Photo is somehow nostalgic for me." The comment itself received a comment as well from the account Crypto Blur, stating, "I had to read the comments to see if someone knew this place. It looks so familiar, like I have been there." Now, it is hard to tell if the commenting accounts are actually being serious or if they're just seeking attention.
Ever since the legends of Gretchen and the loch have begun to become more popular, the loch itself has been closed off from the public entirely. This is due to the health and safety of people who visit the loch, due to the stones that make it up are beginning to fall. The loch has now been closed for 8 years, and there is no sign of it reopening to the public, at least until the loch has completely collapsed. Ever since its closure to the public, many people on YouTube have taken it upon themselves to visit the loch and film it, despite how it's been closed off to the public view. Quite a few of these vloggers have even taken it upon themselves to stay overnight to fully experience the haunt of Gretchen, such as YouTubers MT Paranormal Life and Davey Melder Films.
There is also said to be a lesser-known loch haunting about a mile downstream from the more widely recognized story of Gretchen's loch. This loch is said to be haunted by a young man named Jake, who is a canal watchman. According to legend, Jake was walking across the top of the loch on a work night clouded by storms when a bolt of lightning came into contact with him, subsequently pushing him into the canal where he drowned helplessly, and probably unconsciously. According to Beaver Creek locals, there are some nights where Jake can be heard or seen returning to continue his work, with a lantern in his hand in his ghostly form. There is little evidence on the web to confirm or deny the truth behind this legend, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Another legend that has emerged from Beaver Creek is one that tells of an infamous bank robber known as Pretty Boy Floyd. Floyd robbed and killed 12 people that we know of during his days of crime. He often resided at a farm in Beaver Creek named Conkle Farm. Eventually, the police that were searching for him discovered his consistent visits to the area and shot him as he attempted a sly escape through the farm's window, effectively killing the robbery legend. Today, it is rumored that a Beaver Creek visitor can often see his ghost lurking around various parts of the area. Beaver Creek also created a landmark which outlines his past and death in memory of him. The farmhouse where Floyd hid is no longer standing.
As you can see, Beaver Creek is not necessarily the tranquil escape into nature you might see it as. Between the numerous deaths that have occurred there and the skeptical history surrounding the area, be ready for anything if you're planning on trying to bust the ominous myths surrounding East Liverpool's most haunted park.
Located in Beaver Creek, ghosts and ghouls will make you shriek little Gretchen full of charm, a mosquito on her arm. Malaria killed her fast. Her existence in the past inside of a lock. She stays haunting for all her days. Jake the watchman loved his job, till some lightning made him throb. Fell into the creek and drowned now. Ghostly lurking around Mr. Floyd robbed day and night. Quickly, he was out of sight to the Conkle farm. He fled one day, the cops shot him dead. And so boys and girls, you see this campground is quite ghouly.